Welcome to Van Lathan's The Red Pill, where we give you the brutal reality of truth. Today's podcast, Hitmaka / Yung Berg. Now, very interesting guy to talk to. He's got a new single coming out. It actually, at the time of this podcast, it's coming out. The single will have already come out this past Friday. A lot of guys on that single, so he's got something to promote, and that's good. But we also talk about something that's very important. Yung Berg had a lot of early success as Yung Berg. And then hit kind of the skids in his rap career in a way. Not so much from how the songs were charting, as he'll go into in this podcast, but really from public perception. And he did something that a lot of people cannot do. Rebranded himself. Accessed his talent, bet on himself, came back with a new moniker, Hitmaka, and became one of the biggest writers and producers in this entire industry, having a lot of multi-platinum hits under his belt and working with some of the biggest names, some of the biggest guys, everybody out there. He's been with them. He's been with Meek. He's been with Nicki Minaj. He's been with all these different people making hits. So it's very interesting to me how he stayed focused on what he's here to do, which is to make music, and how he blocked out the outside noise and continue to get money in an industry that is notoriously fickle. He answers a lot of questions. How did he move from the perception at one point that he was corny to being who he is now? How do you work with artists in the past that might have used your name in a bar in a not so flattering way? They dish you. Can you come back and now make records with them? Cool. All of that stuff. We talk about it, very open, brother. We also talk about, I know we've been doing these top fives every week, and you guys are probably annoyed with them, but we do the top 5 flyest dressing dudes in hip-hop. Yung Berg hated my list. I got a list. I'll tell you what I think is fly. This is about what I think fly, Hitmaka. You don't tell me that my list is not great. Anyway, we're going to get into that for a second. We're gonna get into that in a second. Yung Berg was a great interview, a lot of energy, very thoughtful, intelligent brother, very talented dude. Glad to have him on the podcast. Now, real quick, this is a delicate rant. I told my friend that I would rant about this, but it's delicate. Okay, a delicate rant. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine in LA. He was talking about a situation that he was in with a young lady. This conversation was a couple of days ago. And he said that this young lady out here in Los Angeles had worked in the industry that I no longer watch, which is the porn industry. And he was with her and having problems, what he felt like he was having problems, living up to some of the guys that were in that industry. Basically, this dude doesn't think his dick is big enough for this girl. That's got to be hard. That's got to be hard because you think about, if you're still dealing. This is a younger dude, so you think if not younger, but younger than me, like he's still in his phase of doing his thing. So you think about guys that are younger, and when you think about when you're that age, you're like right out of college or college age or a little bit after that, and you're thinking about you're still comparing yourself to other dudes, which you shouldn't be doing if you're at my age. That's kind of immature to do. But you think about that time and what was going through, but you don't have a visual of how the last dude was straight slaying. I have laughed about this conversation every day because it was sincere and we laughed during the conversation, but he really likes this lady and she is a nice girl. I've never met her before. And he's okay with, with what she does. But he's having problems with that. So what I will do right now is I'm going to ask all the ladies that watch The Red Pill. We're going to put this on Instagram. What should he do? We had a long conversation about it, man. Good dude. I'm actually to be honest with you, I might bring him on a podcast. Like, seriously, if you want to hear a whole podcast about this, because we don't really talk about this, like, I might bring him on a podcast. So I might bring him on a podcast. But I want to let him know he's listening to this right now. Stay up. I support you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We still hoop together. We still go do our thing. Like, you my guy, bro. I've been knowing you for a long time, bro. Like, I'm glad that you shared that with me. It's my G, bro. All right. Let's get into Yung Berg now. Let's pop some pills. White people, clap for Hitmaka. Clap loud. Clap loud for Hitmaka, white people. First of all, I got to do this. I do this every time, but I'm going to do it especially now. Wow. I know that you're trying to shine, but I want you to know something real quick.
What up?
This is the latest Fitbit. It's not the regular Fitbit.
Okay.
This is the Charge HR2, so I'm not intimidated by your jewelry.
Nah, I don't want you to be.
So
man.
all the stuff that you got, like, I just want to let you know that this is very important.
That's hard.
I know, bro. Like, get that on the camera.
That fits your vibe.
When the rappers come in, they shine, bro. Y'all, like, how much jewelry are you wearing right now, brother? What would you say?
Probably like, I don't know, like 500,000, something like that.
500,000 on the jewelry. Prosperous.
Yeah.
Very prosperous, man.
I ain't no rapper though. I'm an executive. This is what an executive's supposed to look like.
Okay, so you're not a rapper. You're an executive. Define that for me.
I'm a label owner. I'm vice president at Atlantic Records. I've been there for like 2.5 years. In the last 2.5 years, just solely for Atlantic Records as a writer and a producer, I've done 15 million records. So yeah, I gave A Boogie. We did his first #1 record. Meek Mill's first #1 record. These are all a part of the things I've done the last 2.5 years with Atlantic.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, because I think that consciously for me, obviously having followed music and listened to music for a long time, we knew you as an artist at first, even going back all the way to your early days. I think it was Bloodline that you were signed to.
Yeah.
Shout out to DMX and those guys over there. So we knew that part of you, right? And everything that came with Sexy Lady and all of that. And then some years ago, I don't know how it materialized in my mind or where I heard it. It was that Berg or Hitmaka, should I say, was actually making all of these records and writing and producing all of these records for other people. When did that part of your career start?
Oh man, the first thing I think I did that was really big was John by Rick Ross and Lil Wayne with my guy Ayo, the producer, and we were nominated for a Grammy for that record. So that was like the first big thing that I did.
And what year was that?
Shit, like 2014, something like that.
Okay.
And then from there, like, I moved to Atlanta, and like I was in Atlanta just like miserable because I hate the strip clubs. I hate clubs. I hate going out. Like, I don't like none of that shit. I just like to be in the studio. In Atlanta, it was really cliquey. You know what I'm saying? Like, this certain clique would be in this studio, and I was like the new guy. Like, I was trying to refine my footing. And one day I wrote a record, and I sent it to Vincent Herbert's cousin. And it got to Tamar Braxton, and Vincent Herbert put me on a first-class flight, flew me back out here to L.A. I went in the studio with Tamar, and then rest in peace, LaShawn Daniels. We were all in there, and I ended up doing her single, and that's what really brought me back to L.A., and that was like one of the next big steps.
Now, after that, was it just like on fire, left and right, everybody coming at you?
Yes and no. Slow? It was mad funny, though, because, like, speaking on Tamar, like, that was a weird situation, because, like, I produced the record, and then I wrote the record as well. And then, like, it was just funny politics. Like, they took my tag off the record, and then, like, she went and said that I didn't produce the record, and it was a whole big outrage or whatever. And
what was that about?
I don't know. I think she was just tripping. And I seen her at the BMI Awards, and I touched her like, hey, like, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? She was like, Vince, he touched me. And I'm like, holy shit. So, I mean, now.
She was saying that in like a he grabbed me way?
I don't know. I just touched her shoulder or whatever. But, you know, she was super duper hot at the time, and like she was in her bag or whatever. So like me personally, like now I guess all is well because Tamar follows me on Instagram and likes and comments under all the hot songs that I'm doing or whatever. So I mean,
would you work with her in the future, or is everything cool, or is there?
I don't harbor no bad blood. Like people didn't actually diss me in songs and like had Yung Berg punchlines, and I still work with them and get that check from them right now. And I've done hits for them. I ain't gonna out them, but like they know who they are.
Yeah. So what about that? So there was a time where we were hearing things and all of that stuff to where it was kind of a, do you ever feel, I'll ask you straight up, do you ever feel like there was a time when people thought that Yung Berg was corny?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's,
But it was crazy to me because it was never really about like anything that I personally did. It was about shit that was happening in the world around me, being a young nigga with some money or whatever, and not really having the right people around you. So it was never, all my records was going platinum. Like I Sexy Can I's 10 million sold. The Business is double platinum. Sexy Lady is platinum. You know, every song I ever put out. So it was kind of a weird thing. You know what I'm saying? To have shit happen in the media and people look at you crazy, and then but like the music was still going good, but then a part of my life, yeah, it did get weird, you know?
so how, because that's obviously not a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and especially now everybody, now you hear your name and you've been able to take that, take what you've done talent-wise and let people know the records that you've made and how talented you are and what your pen does and what everything like that does. A lot of people, bro, they can't grab it again, right? They can't get back. Like, how did you persevere through any negative misconceptions that people might have had of you?
You know what? I think I just threw a spin on it, man. One day I just said Hitmaker, and I did a song for DJ Infamous featuring Ludacris, Juicy J, and Young Jeezy, and I'm actually on the hook of the song, and I just said Hitmaker at the beginning of the song, and I was like, you know what? That's it. And it just clicked for me, and I just start funneling different ideas and being in sessions with Mike Karen, and just different people in different writing camps, and it just built and built and built and built. And I think probably like around the time I did Love and Hip Hop, like that was like a tipping point too, because I was working with Nicki Minaj a lot.
So you feel like Love and Hip Hop helped you?
No. I don't fuck with Mona. I don't fuck with none of them. You know what I'm saying? I think that whole shit is trash. Like everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a part of my life. It happened. But you know, like they portray you and do different things. You know what I'm saying? So and the editing is real slick. So I mean, I think that it happened. I made it out. I'm probably the most successful, right behind Cardi B. Period. You know what I'm saying? So to be in that position is cool.
The perception of it. Was there any, because like when I think of, and we're not going to talk too much about it because I was actually talking to people before and I don't really couldn't ask you very many questions about it because I don't really watch the show.
I don't either.
So that's not to diss anybody. It's not well, he's going to come out with boom, Van says, nope, didn't say that. No, that's not what I said. I said I just was just show that I don't watch.
Thanks.
But sometimes, like when I'm like listening to J. Cole, you're listening to 1985, and at the end of the song 1985, J. Cole, who was presumably talking to a specific rapper right there, he says, "In 5 years, you're gonna be on Love and Hip Hop." And when I hear a verse like that or a line like that, I think to myself, "Damn, I wonder how people that are on Love and Hip Hop feel about that," because he's not dissing them, but the connotation of being a part of the show. Did you ever feel anything negative from that? Did you ever feel like you were some sort of reclamation project or something like that when you were on there?
Not really, because I went in there with full intentions of like, yo, I'm gonna get on the show, I'm gonna make a hit record for one of the casts on the show, which I did, and it did really well for it. And like, I'm gonna show the world and talk about exactly what I was doing, because nobody knew that I was working with Puff and Nicki and people of that nature at that time. So I was like, yo, and then I got the green light from Nicki and from Puff or whatever, like to go ahead. I could say their name, you know what I'm saying, actively on the show. So
you talked to them about that? So tell me about that. How did that, what was that conversation like?
I mean, shit, when I was doing Love and Hip Hop, I probably was with Nicki probably like 5 days a week. I was working on her album, so like she was there every step. It's like she knew everything that was going on. Like we would talk all the time. Like we had a personal relationship like that, and she was kind of like giving me pointers or whatever. But at that point, I, you know, like it was probably her guilty pleasure, like the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she probably was into it. That was probably the thing.
Yeah, I mean, guilty pleasure. Now people watch the show. I mean, like it's a thing.
Yeah.
So talk about something that I'm interested in is like being behind the scenes. It's like, so I think coming up, when I first started to really get into music, producers weren't celebrities.
Right.
They, like, you didn't know who they were. The first producer I ever heard of was Quincy Jones, right?
Okay.
And my mama told me one time, she's like, "Hey, you know, you like Michael Jackson?" I was like, "Yeah." And by the way, I still like Michael Jackson. Fuck what y'all say.
Yeah, for real.
But she goes, you like Michael Jackson?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, there's a man that's actually behind Michael Jackson, and he is almost as responsible for some of the sounds that you're hearing as Michael Jackson is.
Facts.
And then after that, like while I was watching, I never knew that Teddy Riley was the dude, and I never knew that Dr. Dre was producing for that.
Right.
But now, producers, it seems like to me, are as famous as a lot of the rappers and singers and other artists are. How do you, is it hard sometimes to be someone who's behind the scenes working for somebody else when you have that same star power? Is it ever, because when the song comes out and it's a hit,
Right.
do you, it's with the artist, do you ever want to say like, that's my song as much as it is, you've done so much work on it?
I think that's for other people, man. Like, I'm not really like, I have an ego, but I'm like not ego driven. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to like people know this, that, and the third. I've already been Yung Berg before. So probably like all the other things like the other producers might be looking for, because like a producer normally is just like a guy that's kind of like super to himself in a room, just making beats all day, every day, Pornhub, jerking off, not really fucking hanging out with chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Am I a producer?
Yeah.
I might be a producer. What you just described, I might be a producer, but no, you were saying?
So yeah, just on the laptop all day doing that. So
Right.
it might be introverted. So when they actually get, it's kind of like, oh, I'm a celebrity now. Like for me personally, I don't want none of that shit. Like I don't want to be in a club. I don't want to be out with 100 bottles and all that other stuff. I'd rather be in a tuck in the studio still creating this legacy, just because I've seen what's happened in such a short amount of time with me. And it's just like, man, if I can take it here, then where else can I take it? But I prefer to be in the background.
Do you feel like you learned negative lessons from fame? I mean, you're still famous, but when it was all about Yung Berg, like what's one of the things that you hated about how the spotlight was on you?
I think it's just more so, man, just how you just a target. Like that's what it is. Like me right now, like I move low key. Like we was talking about jewelry and all that other stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I move right. I got security. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I got a driver. I'm not really out here just running wild or whatever. But like when you are a celebrity, like regardless of you being a rapper or anything, like we see it all the time, every day. You just a target.
You anything that you said or did that you like, fuck, looking back on? I know people always say I don't have any regrets, but is there anything that you do go, yo, man, I wish that fucking shit wouldn't have went down like that. I wish Hitmaka would not have done that.
No.
Nothing.
Nah. Fuck it. Fuck it. You gotta live like that, man. Like you can't really give a fuck about what these people say. Like on some real shit. Like 5 years ago, you would have thought I had Ebola and nobody wanted to be next to me. Now, now present day, my phone jumping like the hot 100 right now. So like every artist, every producer, I'm working with all these people. So you got to learn who are your real friends and what is real business. And I've really established that, and I really want to put that in a whole bunch of kids that's coming up, because they think I'm sick of all that. My brother for life, all that bullshit you see on Instagram where everybody acting like that's really that, because it's not really that. So you got to really stay true and stay down with your core, and then treat everything else like business. This shit business. It ain't personal with none of these folks. So
you say that you've worked with artists that have mentioned your name, that have dissed you in songs before and stuff like that. Any problem with working with them?
Hell no.
It's not even something where you gotta tuck it inside.
You know what these folks paying me for a record right now? Man, ain't nobody getting money like me right now.
Word?
Stop, man. On this level,
I'm fucking with. Listen, talk your shit.
Producer,
talk your shit.
No, it's not happening.
So it's about the check. Is you like you? There never has to be like, yo, we need to have a conversation about this before we could work.
Nah, that's corny, because it's like it's business, man. You not here, like you not breaking bread with these folk. Like you making a record, you making a hit. Like you gonna miss an opportunity when you gonna look back, and it's all about money at the end of the day. Like I'm a true believer about money and legacy and what you leaving behind. Like so, you gotta have that bag. You gotta get it. You gonna look up. So if I'm getting $75,000 for that song, right, which probably would take me 27 minutes out of my day to do. If that's the case, then you think I'm gonna stop and miss 75 racks? Nah, come on, dog.
Why do you think so many other people have a problem with that? I see so much money get fucked up in music because people have personal issues. A lot of these, like these beefs and these things going back and forth is it seems like it's good for the blogs for a couple of days, but all of this shit that's really not over anything that's real, it seems like there's a lot of that. It seems like there's a lot of sensitive. It seems like sometimes, if I'm just say it, that rappers are overly musicians, they're overly sensitive. You can't even say you don't like a record. You can't say anything. They get super mad, and they're willing to burn down business bridges for it.
Will you be upset if people be like, yo, I don't like your podcast, or I don't like this, or whatever? Like, how you feel?
I'll be upset to myself.
No, you would.
I'll be upset. Like
Joe Budden went on there and was like, "Yo, Red Pill podcast is the worst shit in the fucking world." You would feel a fucking way.
I will feel a way, but you know what I'm not gonna do? I will feel a way.
It's art.
Joe, I'll call you. Well, I like it. You're right. I'll call Joe. I'll call you, Joe. But I will feel a way. But I'm not gonna make a video and be like, yo, I heard the nigga Joe Budden was talking shit about the Red Pill podcast. Joe Budden, you know where we at? TMZ, Ply Vista, pull up, nigga. I'm not gonna go all, you know what I'm saying?
You might not, but you might be out having some drinks one night, and you might be talking some shit, and somebody might be Snapchatting, recording you, and then that shit go viral, and then here you go on some shit.
So you're saying that basically that artists put their real time, feelings, and emotion into this, and so it's natural to take a little bit of offense when somebody comes out and criticizes.
Come on.
How do you feel about critics then?
Shit, I've been doing well, so I ain't really, they on my side right now.
So like do you listen to the criticism? Do you take it into account? What if somebody writes something that's critical about you? And I try not to criticize art, and the reason why I don't criticize art is because it's just too subjective, right? It's like for me, the stuff I hear my nephews and other people listening to, I'm not supposed to get that.
Right.
If some of it knocks, some of it don't. But it's stupid for me to like stand up and be like, oh, this ain't real hip hop or whatever, just because it's not for me. It's a lot of shit out there that's great. Have you ever read a review or a criticism of you or something that you've done that you felt like was well done or that made sense?
A review, I really don't. I tune into the people, man. Like I'll go like check Twitter. Like I'm not looking for like a big review or something like that. Like I'll tap into what the actual people that are reacting to the actual product will say. So I'll go look at that. I definitely see shit like, I mean, I've seen reviews where they're like, oh, he samples a lot of classic records or whatever, but like I'm strategically doing this. Like that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've totally kind of shifted to what the radio sounds like now. Like probably 80% of the radio is a flip right now, for real. A lot of different records. So I strategically said I was gonna be the Puff Daddy of this era right now, and I'm doing it.
Right. So when you make that, when you making a record, are you making a record that are you purposely trying to craft a hit, or are you just going off what moves you and feels good in the moment right there?
You know what? A lot of people overlook the fact of the biggest thing when you making a record and being a producer, they're paying you for your taste. Like, so anybody that's fucking with me, they paying me for my taste level. So what I like and what I think is dope and what moves me is usually what I'm going to sell and promote the most and try and get that artist on the page to do it. And that's how I've been able to shift and like make shit sound, you know what I'm saying, have certain flips and have different records, you know what I'm saying, because it's more so like taste level. It's not like, yo, I go to the studio every day, like I gotta make a hit. Like I literally go smoke weed and drink liquor and make 10 songs a night, and that'll be hits.
There you go. Like, so speaking of that, I think we've learned sort of in hip hop over the last couple of years that making a song is a much more collaborative effort than we thought it was. What I used to think growing up was that making a hip hop song was how I envisioned Nas making one, which was on top of his project rooftop, looking out over Queens with a pen and the headphones on and just writing. And then after that, Nas gives it to Primo blazes it, and then boom, you got a song. I think that the whole situation with Drake let us know that even the most talented artist sometimes has people that help him out. Sometimes in every situation might have somebody that helps with a hook. It might help with a verse. It might help with that. I'm asking you to say, how collaborative is hip hop? Like, how much do these rappers that we attribute all of these things that they say to them get help? What do you
now?
Yeah.
Man, it's totally collaborative. I don't work with anybody that I'm not collaborating with, whether I'm throwing ideas. I won't like, see, look, this is what a lot of people got to understand. When they pay you to write these records and do this shit, like, you're not supposed to be out here dropping names like, oh, this song, I did this song, I did that. But I will say vaguely, like, there's songs that are out on the radio that are by rappers that we've wrote entirely from the beginning to end. Then there's songs that we've wrote the hooks on. But 95% of the time, anytime you work with me, the hook is already built in the record. We write the hook before you even get it.
Do you think because a lot of purists would say you kind of suck a MC. Take y'all back to the 80s.
Oh shit.
Look at that shit. You like that shit. A lot of people would say that you're not real, that you're not a real lyricist, you're not whatever, if you're not writing 100% of a record. So you guys missed something right there. I'm going to point it out. We were in a conversation with Yung Berg, and Yung Berg made a hand motion. Or the Hitmaka made a hand motion. He put his hand out, and magically a cup of tea or coffee or something like that came up in his hand. Children, I want you to strive for something in life. Don't strive to get to the point in your life where you can do this and a fucking tea magically comes into your hand, okay? He didn't even say anything. Now, we talked to this beautiful sister out here before. We talked all about it. She's a beautiful woman, dignity, all of that. But it's a collaborative effort. He doesn't just collaborate on songs. This nigga collaborates on tea.
Yeah.
So everybody remember that.
It's big.
So, back to what I was saying. Do you think that there's anything wrong with that? Do you think that there's...
No.
No.
I mean, you just talked about Quincy Jones and loving him. Like, everything he did was a collaborative effort. He produces in a way that I produce. He never made a beat in his life, but he knew how to put the right people in the right room and to get the right thing and put, like, this drum player, this strings. This is what I do creatively. Like, I have people that I work with, co-producers. Shout out to OG Parker, Ayo and Keys, Paul Cabin, Cardiac. If I'm missing you, I'm sorry. T. Romano. It's a lot of people that I work with. Smash Davis, Skip. There's a lot of people I work with to where I'm like, yo, I got this idea. Here goes this sample. Then I'll get this person to do the drums. Then I'll get with my partner, Chris Sean, who is the fucking genius. We're like LA and Babyface. And like, he's like the best top line writer I ever met in my fucking life. And then we write the songs together. And then there you have it. That's how we create.
So for you then, is there ever a time though? You say you don't need to. Is there ever a time though when you want? Is there ever an itch inside of you? Obviously, especially when you were not transitioning.
Fuck no.
You sound like
no,
Bruce Jenner.
No,
when you
no, I already know where you're going. No.
What?
I'll never rap again.
Never.
No. For what?
You'll never rap again.
I own a label, man. Like, through Atlantic Records. I'm the vice president of Atlantic Records.
You never hear something and be like, I need to be on this.
Yo, Fabulous has tried to convince me several times to rap again. With me dropping my single right now and me doing all my stuff, he's like, yo, you gotta get on one of your songs. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm out of that, bro.
What makes it like? Why you feel so strongly about it?
Because real shit or bullshit. Okay.
I'm gonna take the bullshit. No, real shit, of course.
I'm still getting the same type of women that these people are getting. I'm still driving around in the same type of cars these people is driving. I'm still going home to a house with an elevator inside of it. Like, what do you mean? And I don't have to work as nearly as hard. Why would I want to go do everything that a rapper is doing right now? That's crazy. I'm about to turn 33 years old on Monday, man.
Man, give it up. Give it up for Hitmaka having a birthday, man.
That's
give it up for Hitmaka having a birthday. So it's not worth it. Rap is not worth it to you.
Fuck no. Rap is for rappers. I told you, I'm an executive. Like, I'm different.
Do you feel like your experiences and some of the things that we talked about in any way soured you to the rap game?
It's just that time in life. What I'm supposed to be? 40 rapping, man?
It's a lot of guys 40 rapping.
Can I be honest with you? Like,
40 is not old for a rapper anymore.
Bro, I'm trying to be like bigger than Craig Cowman, bigger than L.A. Reid, bigger than any executive ever. Like, I got different tasks that I got to handle.
Lucian Grange type shit.
I mean, Doug Morris, all that type of shit. Like, I got different shit to handle instead of be focusing and running around here trying to smash these chicks with these rappers and compete with these folk. Like, I'm doing me.
Word up. So, I don't know, there's a little news that broke today. Somebody that was very instrumental in your career, we talked about it a second ago, Nicki Minaj, said that she's retiring, dog.
Really? Today?
She put it on Twitter.
For real?
You hear that? You guys hear that? Nicki Minaj said she's retiring, bro.
Is it cap or is it one of them?
You would know better than I would. It's like it seems like, and there's going to be a lot of debate about, obviously, the rappers. The only people that rappers retire as much as boxers, and then they come back, and so you know what I'm saying. So it's going to be a lot of people that speculate that she's not going to be gone forever. Obviously, Nicki loves making music, and she might come back. But if you had to sort of put that into context, like Nicki Minaj's career and what she's meant to the game, do you think she gets the credit that she deserves?
She a goat. You know what I'm saying? Like, people kind of got her misunderstood a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like
know her
Nicki's
personally.
misunderstood.
Yeah, you know, I mean, she's a real nice woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she gave me a lot of opportunities. So think about it. Like, I'm Yung Berg still. Like, I'm still in that little space that you were talking about. Like, maybe like from being Hitmaka to Yung Berg, you know what I'm saying? So trying to climb, and she actually was the first A-list celebrity or artist to put their arm around me and say, like, "Lo, this is my studio, this is my engineer. You want to work, you can work 5 days a week in this motherfucker. Anytime I'm not here, I want you to do it." I did like 6 records on that Pink Print album, the album before this one. So she gave me a lot of opportunity, and it juiced me up too. Like, I was with Nicki Minaj on a daily, so it raised my profile. So I can't really say nothing bad about her. You know what I'm saying? We don't like currently, like, I don't know what type of space she in now because I haven't spoke to her in a bit of time. So I don't know what type of space she's in. But I mean, I see what she's doing. She's just going off. Shit. I mean, what you see right now is what I saw every day around her. Like, I just think that she might have not been speaking her mind like how she really wanted to on this type of platform. She didn't have a Queen Radio, or she wasn't, you know what I'm saying, going off like that.
It's interesting that you said that, because I think one of the criticisms of her, and I don't know her, was that she doesn't do anything. One of the things that she says is not true about her is that she doesn't do anything to help the young artists, that she didn't embrace like a Cardi B, that she didn't embrace some of the younger artists and stuff like that, even though you saw her with Meg this summer. And whatever.
What you think about that?
Well, I think about what?
Do you think that she embraced people, or what you think?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, like
because I'm too close in, I'm too inside on the situation. So like, what from your perspective?
So from my perspective, this is the way I look at it. Number one, I try not to judge people as people, especially, I try not to judge artists as people. I judge their art. Because when you get into having a personal opinion of somebody and what they do, I don't know Nicki Minaj. Did it seem like Nicki Minaj was less than engaging with Cardi and some of the love that Cardi was getting? Sure, it seemed like that. But how do I know what it really is? I don't know what happened, nowhere, when. All I know is that this is what I do know. At some point, it was all the rage to love Nicki Minaj. And then at some other point, it was all the rage to fucking hate Nicki Minaj. And to be honest with you, I don't know why that shit happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it seems as if, like, whatever, like, you know, people love Cardi so much. So, of course, as black people, we can never love everybody. We got to love someone, and then we got to hate the opposite of that person. Because that's how they...
But that's what happens with everybody. Incidents happen, and then you go watch everybody that was for you turn against you.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's what I was saying is, to you, what you just said was something... That's the kind of stuff, to be honest with you, dog, that I wasn't hearing about her. You were hearing about she was mean to this person, she was nasty to this person, she went to this place and she treated this person, but you never hear those stories.
Turned. She ain't mean. She turned. Like, she a boss. Like, the way I feel about it is like, man, one, we'd never know, because that's some women stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what go behind closed doors.
I don't even like to ask.
You know what I'm saying? Me neither.
Saying, if you somewhere with your girl and she'd be like, I don't like her, I'd be like, okay, I don't like her either.
Two is like Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is $100 million up. You in the game of life, you won.
Yeah,
you won.
Yeah, it's true. Nah, I get it. I get it.
I mean, you know, like, shit, like, she even looked out to the point, like, I remember when her and Meek used to be together, and, like, she used to be, like, tapping Meek, like, yo, you gotta do one of Berg record. And at that point, Meek was on some super street records and was like, I ain't really fucking with that vibe right now. And then I ended up coincidentally doing Meek's record with Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign and Mustard did. I wrote the hook on it with my guy Aaron Ray. It was called Whatever You Want. That shit went platinum. And then
know the song very well.
Yeah, I just did. And then I did Dangerous, Meek's first #1 or whatever. We got that together, and with Jeremiah and PNB Rock. So I mean, I don't know. She probably like, this motherfucker, like, these. I wanted them to work or whatever. But I mean, shit. I hope that she, you know, we spoke recently, but I mean, it was very brief.
I feel you. Tiger.
Ooh, my dog.
Tiger.
My dog.
There's a question that was asked at a party recently. I was at a party, and we were just, it was more like a sit down talk, and people were talking about Tiger's ability just to, like, make a hit song.
Right.
Like, when Tiger makes a hit, then has songs, then makes another monster hit, then has songs, then makes another monster hit. And we came to the conclusion that Tiger gonna be making hits as long as Tiger likes to make hits.
Facts.
What is it about him that just allows him? Because some rappers, some artists are really dope at what it is that they do, and they chase an actual hit for their whole careers. Tiger don't have like no classic hip hop album, but he got hits for real. So how, like, what is it about him that allows him to do that?
Well, shit, he found his pocket, you know? Like, he with this whole little new wave that he's doing. And I think it's a lot of similarities with me and Tiger. Like, man, like, that man is very resilient, bro. Like, for him to go through all the adversities he went through and come back and really, like, have hit after hit after hit. And he's a hard worker. Like, I personally just really started a real relationship with Tiger might be a year ago. You know what I'm saying? I put him on A Boogie's record, Star Tender with Offset or whatever, that shit went platinum. And then, but he like, he worked hard. Like, yo, like if I send Tiger something, he'll listen to it. I fuck with this, and he'll send me the verse back in less than 24 hours. So like, I just think he on top of his business, and I think that he a real grinder. I think that people try to hate on him for no reason, just because it's, you know, nigga light skin, got some hoes. You know what I'm saying? You know how shit go. He run around with this one, that one. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta respect that man. Period, man. And he one of the flyest niggas I know too. Like, he's super fresh, man. Salute to Tiger.
When you say super fresh, what do you mean?
His gear, his
geared up,
everything. You know what I'm saying? He definitely swagged out.
Yeah, you like who? You know who I think is fresh?
Who?
I think Fab is fresh, bro.
Fab is fresh,
bro. I think like I can't. Sometimes.
Okay, who's top 5 freshest rap niggas?
This is great. This is the type of shit I like.
Let's get it.
So the top 5 freshest rap niggas. And
is this all time or?
Well, it depends. I'm gonna ask you.
What era? Okay.
I'm gonna ask you. So is it all time or is right now?
We can go right now.
Right now. So in no particular order. Top 5 freshest rap niggas. Fab.
Of course.
Nas. Nas don't be fresh.
I put Jim Jones before Nas.
Jim Jones is in the list.
Okay.
Jim Jones is on the list. Okay. I didn't finish the list. Fab, Nas, Jim, Puff. You can't.
Yes and no. Yes.
Well, okay. Why?
Consistency. Just for being consistent over this body of work.
Puff is fresh, bro.
He be fresh. I just be hating on Puff because like I want to take his throne. Like, yo, I'm like the next one. I told him to his face in his house too. I'm like, you know what? Because he wasn't understanding me. Like, we was doing my Ty, like Jeremiah Ty album, and I'm like trying to tell him like, yo, we need to do this. We both got lit or whatever, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm finna be bigger than you. I'm the next you. You don't even know it yet. And then shit, like, I ain't know it. But keep going, Puff.
Last one, a new one. St. John. You don't think St. John is fresh? I'm telling you, it's a different style.
See,
it's a different way of fresh.
Yeah,
wait, so look, I'll go to St. John, listen to the party. It was up in the hills. Shout out to Biggs and the whole crew over there.
See, that's what it is. It's political. You know what I'm saying?
Political. That's my
it's
man.
It's a Rockefeller thing.
It's not. I went up there and everybody else is in their shit, right? They wearing all of they clothes and whatever. And this nigga Saint comes out and he got his pajamas on. Barefoot. He got the one blonde dread hanging down, and I'm like, in another life, I'm that nigga right there. If I die and I come back, I'm the nigga I'm that guy with the fucking pajamas and the one dread, because I've never been that guy. I've always been fucking Eastland boots, the Timbs and all of that button-up shirt, even when it was hot. And but look, that's me.
It's kind of nasty that you aspire to be the nigga that's barefoot inside of a function.
Hey, listen, I just want to be free. I just want to be free. So I gave my 5. Now you tore them apart. Give me your 5. Who's the 5?
We were 3, right? Fab, Jim. We can go Puff just for the long haul. Damn. Women, can we?
Yeah, of course.
Women? You gotta put Nicki in there.
Nicki looks good.
She been doing this shit forever. And then what's another bad chick? Honorable mention, we'll go fucking, I don't know, Meg Thee Stallion, just to be nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what that was about.
Yeah, nothing. Shout out to Moneybagg Yo. That's my guy.
Oh, that's right, Moneybagg Yo. Moneybagg Yo was up here. Damn, I'll tell you, I fuck with Moneybagg Yo heavy. That was a great. You
want to know something that was funny, and I hope Fab will laugh at this. Yo, when Fab drove the boat, and
yeah.
The funny shit is that Fab hit me out there, and then he hit me. He was like, we gotta reflip this record. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it because we did it already and put Meg on it, and like him driving the boat inspired this record with him and Meg. Drive that boat, Fab. Let's get it, Playboy.
I'll tell you something about Meg. I knew it was gonna work. Like I've told the story before.
When did you know? Because you know she had a bunch of shit before Big Old Freak, right?
Nope. I'm
Like,
gonna show you something.
Videos and
I'm gonna show you something right now. I'm gonna show you something right now. So listen, I'll show this the stallion Hot Girl Meg. So look, read what that says and read the date.
Oh, 2017. You still ain't got read yet.
Still haven't got read. Meg hasn't read the DM.
She ain't
2017, July 27th, 2017.
What did you say?
I hit Meg Thee Stallion. I say, hey, that freestyle was dope. I'm a producer with TMZ. If you ever need anything, just reach out. I saw it. She did a freestyle that went.
Okay, wait,
Don't do that. That's not what. Wait, don't do that.
Yo, man.
Don't do that.
Okay,
that's not what it was.
That's how you move?
No, it's not. Hey. That's not what it was.
So you putting a bad name on people like us,
bro.
in
I
this position,
swear
yo.
to God, I do that all the time. I can show you.
That's
that
bait,
that,
my
bro.
G.
There are other artists that I've done that with. Okay, do I have to show you?
You shot a.
No, okay. So
what, if she would have bit back on a bait, would you entertain it?
No, I'm not entertaining shit. Like
Come
that's
on,
not what I'm trying to.
Cap. That's cap.
It's not. I'm telling you, bro. So
yeah, okay.
Benny the Butcher. I did the same thing with him.
Well, yeah, I know that. I hope that ain't bait.
It's not bait at all. Look, hey, my brother, if you're in LA this week, would love to talk to you. Benny the Butcher.
Them niggas dope.
They
Shout out to
dope
them.
as shit. So they trying to get me in trouble.
That's real rap music. I fuck with that.
Real rap music. So what I'm saying is, I watched something then on her, and I was like, because she was doing all the crazy shit she was doing with her body and shit like that. But I'm like, yo, she rapping.
Yeah.
Like she rapping, and she really could go. So it's like she's got the kind of total package. I knew eventually it would work.
I like her a lot. You know, when I'm kind of one of these people that when I like something, I just go on the deepest dive ever on YouTube.
Word up.
And I just watch everything. Like that's how I fell in love with the City Girls. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like 'cause at first I heard it, I'm like, City Girl, like, nah. And then I went and I learned about them and I'm like, oh, I get it. This is fucking amazing. But Meg, man, she really dope. And she really rapping. Like, and you want to know what it is? It feel like 3-6 Mafia shit, like new Gangsta Boo.
Like
you
new
know what I'm
Gangsta
saying?
Boo. Shout out to Gangsta Boo. Like new Gangsta Boo. Like
That's
that
what it
kind of
feel
vibe.
like. With all due respect, I don't want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody taking no type of way.
Let me ask you this. You worked with a lot of people. Is there anybody who you haven't worked with yet that you look and that you would love to do a record on?
Shit, Jay-Z, Beyonce. You want to see some crazy shit too?
Sure.
Fucking yesterday, like I put up this little freestyle of me, right? Like this me at like 14 years old, and then cause I was gonna sign a Bloodline Records, and then fucking you know you love Rockefeller. This nigga fucking
I love Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Like this nigga really is a great writer. He's rewritten my life.
Look at this nigga hip hop, yo. And I put my fucking demo up there. Read what that shit say.
This the Berg I know. Hitmaka had one of the best demos I ever got. I used to listen to it all the time. Wanted to sign him bad. Could have signed a Rockefeller. Crazy, right? Damn. So this goes back to my question. By the way, shout out to Hip. You know where I met Hip at? At fucking St. John's album release party.
Yo, stop. See, look, I love St. John. I was at St. John release. It wasn't.
No, this was a event he had the past year. It wasn't.
Yeah, I went to the release party or whatever. I do a lot of business with L.A. Reid, and he signed a hit code or whatever. So like, I got nothing but good things. I love the record with him and Meek. I think he's gonna be very successful.
It's great. Very talented guy. Amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So. But this brings me back to it. So you see,
talk your shit too. Come on, I'm starting at my teeth starting to hit. So you can tell me. I'll tell you anything.
You see, Hip right there, kind of reaching out and showing you that love. What if he comes to you and be like, "Yo, I used to always be in that demo.
No,
I used to always." You're not gonna tell him no.
Why wouldn't I?
Hitmaka, you're not.
If he watching now, no.
So you're not. So there's nobody that can make you rap.
No, nigga.
Hove go, yo, I need a verse. Hitmaka.
No, nigga.
No, you're not rapping with Hove.
Oh. Are you rapping with Hove?
Shit, yeah, nigga. Shit, yeah. I'm one of the worst rappers.
I'll write the hook. I'll write the hook that Hove raps on, and then I'll write it for Beyonce. That would be a dream come true, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, but nobody make him pick that pen up.
Nah. the pen is picked up. It's just I'm not the front man of the whole situation. I've wrote raps for your favorite rappers that's out right now. I'm just not gonna be in the front line of that shit.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know what you do. You
get in
know
the
what
bag.
what you're doing is you saying is you making people, you driving up demand. You saying you're never gonna do it again. You know what this is like? Hate to compare it to this, but all my porn heads are gonna know.
Oh my God.
When a girl first gets into porn,
Okay.
there's two things that they don't do right away, the white girls. They don't fuck black guys and they don't do anal. That way,
I thought
everybody
all white chicks did anal.
Huh?
I thought all white chicks in porn did
The
anal.
the porn white girls, they wait. They wait till like 2 or 3 years into the career where we need an anal scene, we need an anal scene, we need an anal scene, we need an anal scene. And then all of a sudden, they do the scene and the movie goes crazy. These guys are laughing, Austin, because they know that it's true.
Right.
So that's the same thing you doing.
Nah. What about you? You ever paid for pussy before?
Sure. I think. Oh, you want to hear a story?
No, like literally like paid for it.
You want to hear a story?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'll tell you a story right now. This is a true story. It's a true story. It's out of the country. Okay.
Nah, go ahead. This
This
story is starting off bad
I'm
already.
telling you a story. This is a story.
You don't want to get no random box out of the. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell
come
you.
on.
I'm out of the country. I'm with one of my homeboys, right?
What country?
Brazil.
Ooh.
I'm out of the country. I'm in Brazil with one of my homeboys, and we're out of the country, and we're in a situation. We meet these girls, right? We meet these girls, and you know, I don't know if you've ever been to Brazil before. I'm sure you have. The women in Brazil are fucking ridiculous. So I meet these girls in Brazil, and I'm like a kid at this point, like I'm younger. So I see the girl, I meet the girl, and I'm very, very in love right away.
Oh.
This was a different time in my life, Hitmaka. I wasn't the stud that I am now. You see me? So I'm like, yo, she's paying attention to me. It's great. So anyway, meet these girls. They're dancers or whatever. Boom, we go back. Couple of days, everybody's hanging out. We're doing all of this stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's great.
Right.
Last day, these girls are leaving. They're going back to Copacabana or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking leave college. And I'm going to transfer to a school down in Brazil.
Oh, my God.
And I'm going to make this work. I'm going to have two little Brazilian.
This pre-box.
This is no.
pre-thought
We
box.
we didn't have the box.
This is real thought box.
Like this,
You got going right now.
we've done it, right? We've done it the whole day. And so I'm like, I'm gonna do all of this stuff. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. Blah blah blah. These girls are getting ready to leave. My homeboy comes out the back room, goes into his wallet, and pays them.
How much?
I don't know. I don't speak Portuguese. In front of my face, pays them. And I'm standing there like, yo, and he looks at me, he goes, nigga, are you dumb? You think that girl would fuck you? Like, what's wrong with you? So the answer is, yes, I have. Of course I have. Have you?
You didn't pay. He paid.
But I paid.
Oh, but you taking? Come on.
I paid inadvertently. Have you paid?
I think we all pay inadvertently.
We all pay inadvertently.
Dinners.
Well, then if that's the case, then everybody who's ever lived pays for pussy. You pay for pussy for if that's the case, then you actually pay for pussy from your wife. Then
That's cap.
how?
Yo, now you going too far.
Wait.
Now you going too far. Yo.
Wait,
If
wait.
you my wife, then you got half of everything. You got everything anyway. If
Right.
you my wife, you decide to make that decision. But for me personally, that probably is never gonna happen.
You're never gonna get married.
No.
Why?
So that shit too businessy. I'll give you a ring, you know what I'm saying? But and we could live together and do everything we need to do. Like, you know what I'm
So
saying?
we can do everything except
We ain't gotta
actually
put
get married.
But why we gotta execute it? It's like a contract. Like I'm signing producer deals every day. Like, and I don't like that. Like, I don't want to put no contract on my love.
You know what my mom says about people like you? That you just haven't met the right person yet.
Yeah, well, tell that to them. I mean, shit.
Like what you're saying? Let's say you meet the fucking perfect woman for you.
What is that, Van? What is the perfect woman?
There's no perfect woman. There's the perfect woman for you.
Okay.
Everybody has somebody that's perfect for them.
For me.
And then she says, you know what, Hitmaka, I don't care about all of that other stuff. I just want to be a married woman. You wouldn't give that to her?
We got a ceremony and all that, but we ain't got to sign no paperwork.
You just don't want nobody getting that money. You don't have to give them chains in the divorce.
See?
That's what you're talking about.
There you go.
How is the dating situation with all your success and stuff like that? How's that go?
So I'm like Marcus Graham and Boomerang right now.
This nigga here.
For real. Ask
Marcus,
my security and driver.
I'll tell y'all something. Y'all, if y'all never seen Boomerang before, Marcus Graham is Eddie Murphy, who at the beginning of the movie smashes everyone that he meets ever, every lady. But you know what happens to him? He meets his Halle Berry.
See, and that's what we getting to.
He
I'm
meets
with
his
it.
Halle Berry.
So yeah, I'm getting it out of my system. But I'm like Marcus Graham. No cap.
So, but also, so how do you? Let's talk about this. This is good.
Yeah.
So you're in a situation. Does it matter to you whether or not a woman is interested in you for you, or if they're interested in you because you're Hitmaka?
I don't think that it's possible for them to be interested in me just for me. It's not even possible.
Really?
No.
It's not possible for a woman to be interested in you just for you.
How? When you meet me on these certain terms. You're not meeting it. Like the only people that got them type of relationship is when you from the dirt with them. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like Kid Ink and Asia or something like that, like his wife or whatever. Like they literally like used to sleep in my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were high school sweethearts. Like that's something that I could consider like, oh, you fuck with me for me. Like if you meet me and we just said like I'm up, no.
So how do you navigate that? How do you?
You don't.
Does it never bothers you?
No.
Because like remember, my man, my man? Shout out to Whacking them. My man Blueface.
Okay.
Blueface was on.
Nah, I ain't doing none of that. What he talking about? Nah, he tripping. That's some young nigga shit. Like
We're talking about the 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, no, that's cool or whatever, but that ain't cool too. Like it didn't work out for him, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It didn't work out because it was on IG Live, and one of the girlfriends was like, they were reading off questions, which, by the way, is a dicey thing to do if you're on IG Live and you just having you and your 2 significant others. They can ask you all kinds of wild shit. But they asked the girls, are you there for him or are you there for the bag? One of the girls was like, I'm here for him. I'm doing him. And the other girl was like, yeah, it's partly for the bag.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was like, yeah, I love everything that you do, but like, you be spending a lot of money is partly for the bag.
Okay.
And then he got rid of that girl.
So me recently, right? Not recently, whatever. I met a girl, she's phenomenal. One of the, like a super bad chick, like conversation, everything's right. The sex is fire. But she like girls. And she came at me like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I want to take bitches down with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? We should get a girlfriend. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I don't know if I want to do that though. I'm kind of selfish.
Boy, y'all rap niggas' problems is totally different. Like y'all,
I'm executive, man. I'm not a rapper.
Excuse me.
I'm not a rapper.
Y'all executive problems are totally different. I don't know if I want to be in a relationship and take down other women with my girl. It seems like a headache to me.
I'm selfish, man.
You know what my problems are? My brakes are grinding. I need to go get new brake pads.
Man, that's a lie.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what my problems are. That's where I'm at.
Man, we had TMZ right now. You rich, bro. You got 2 watches on at the same time.
I got a watch and a Fitbit, and both of them was gifts. The Fitbit people gave it to me for free. So don't try to do this.
Yo, come on, bro.
So seriously, you got music dropping this week, right?
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about that.
So Friday, my single comes out. It's called Thought Box. It features Meek Mill. It features Meek Mill, 2 Chainz, A Boogie, YB in the Mirror, and Tyga, who we was just talking about.
Word. That's a hell of a fucking record. That's a lineup,
the
bro.
lineup is crazy. The song is like a club banger. It's not a flip. It's not a remake. It's something I did that I wanted to just be new and just crazy with it. And it took a little while to get the record together, just due to like having God bless DJ Khaled and all these other people that do these type of albums, because you really got to chase people around and you really got to be like super persistent. But at the end of the day, like everything worked out for me really organically with this record, and I'm excited for the world to get it. You know what I'm saying? Get another plaque.
So you got that coming out. I'm assuming that you're gonna put you got a whole album coming out at some point?
Yeah. Of course, I'm gonna do a whole album. Probably top next year. You know, I'm gonna drop singles and probably drop like 2 more singles, then drop an album. My next single will probably be a song called "On My Mind" featuring my artist Rocky. It was actually a record that Nipsey Hussle had wanted me and
God
Nipsey.
rest his soul.
Yeah, rest in peace to Nipsey. We were texting like a few days before him passing, and I sent them the record, and I'm like, yo, we gotta get. I sent it to him and Meek's group text that I had with them because they were working on a group project together, and Nipsey hit me on the side and was like, bro, nah, this is my record. Like, nah, this ain't for the group project. And I'm like, yo,
Who was working on a group project?
Meek Mill and Nipsey.
Really?
Yes, before he passed. And
that's hard.
yeah, they got records.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, we got to get Rihanna on this record. If we get Rihanna on this record, we going #1 Billboard Hot 100. He like, well, shit, we got to get Rihanna. We done spoke it to existence. That's what it's going to be.
Shout out to Riri.
And then shit, he passed. God bless him, man. And I posted it. our text conversation, and then Rihanna reposted it, and I just feel like, man, just for him, I got to get it up, and it's a really big fucking record.
Big song.
Yeah.
What are your goals left that you have, bro? Think about it, man. You've overcome a lot. You've persevered. You have, like, what? Everybody has different things that they want out of this game. Everybody has different things they want out of life. Everybody has different things they want out of their situation professionally. What do you have left to accomplish?
Me personally,
Yeah, you personally,
world domination. I'm finna break I've broken a lot of acts. I got ending this year. I got 18 more singles that's about to come out, and with all different artists, y'all gonna see the floodgates is open. They just finna all roll out, and then I want to break my artists, and ultimately, like we spoke about earlier, like I'm gonna be the biggest executive in this music business. Period, hands down. My relationships are too strong. The work speaks for itself, and I've seen this game from every aspect of it. I've been the talent. I've written for the talent, and now I'm finding new talent and breaking talent.
Last question. You put something on your gram, and it was top 5 producers. You asked me a top 5. You don't like my top 5. Whatever.
What is your top 5 producers?
My top 5 producers of all time?
Yeah.
All right, so my top 5. Number 1 is Quincy Jones.
Appropriate.
Number 2 is Dr. Dre.
No, I love Dre.
Okay, number 1 is Quincy Jones. Number 2 is Dr. Dre. Number 3 is Prince.
Come on, bro. Take Dre up out of that, bro. Prince comes before Dre. Don't play a fucking around. Prince played every. Stop.
Dre
was programming beats.
But he's.
You can't compare.
Dre is.
You can't compare programming to what Quincy and them was doing. There wasn't no programming on that. Them motherfuckers on real.
Dre. Okay, when I put Prince in there, I'm talking about, for me, the music that I love Prince. Dre, to me, revolutionized. And not saying that Prince didn't.
What the fuck are you saying right now?
Dre is a more important person.
Are you crazy?
Dre is a more important.
Prince,
me and Hitmaka need a podcast together. Yo, Prince. Like I'm gonna put.
No, stop playing around.
It's Dre,
bro.
Dre. I love Prince. I love Prince. Bro, shout out to rest in peace.
Dre got
Prince,
straight out of Compton. It's about his life. Prince was actually the nigga in his own
movie.
It's levels. It's levels.
Right. But it's Dre and Prince. Dre,
is
Prince.
This hip hop or this is all genres?
It's all genres. It's all as much as I can listen. As much as I can do because I don't know as much about overall music as you probably do.
All right. So look, what happened to Ryan Leslie?
What happened to him?
Yes.
Ryan Leslie is one of my homies. I think Ryan Leslie is ridiculously talented.
The illest.
I think Ryan Leslie is crazy fucking talented.
Is that nigga just rich, like overseas somewhere, just caked up?
That's you know what? I'm glad that we're discussing this. The reality is this. I don't know. And I'm being completely real. I talk to Ryan every so often. Ryan's coming on here to do the podcast pretty soon.
Oh, that's dope. I'm gonna tune in.
If you ask me though, what happened to Ryan Leslie? I don't know. When you talk to Ryan, Ryan has tech apps and he has all other kinds of things that he's doing.
Oh, what should he want?
He's talking to all over the world and stuff. But I think a lot of people are asking that question, what happened to Ryan Leslie? What made you ask that?
Because I just think he's amazing, man. And I thought, like, you remember, like, back in the day when he did, like, them YouTubes and he broke down, like, how he made the songs and all that shit. That shit was amazing. That shit was really inspiring. So, and we were talking about producers. But go ahead.
Yeah, I said, actually, now I'm going to put Ryan Leslie at 3. I'm going to put Prince at 4.
You're lying.
So now, no. But see, so Prince, and then I'm going to go at 4. Ye. 4 is Ye. And then 5 is Timberland.
Where the fuck is Teddy Riley?
Teddy Riley would probably be 6.
Yo, 6?
Like, Teddy Riley would probably be 6.
How the fuck is you taking away the people that Ye learned from and all this other shit?
Well, look, I would say that Ye learn more from No ID and guys like that. Teddy Riley's very important, but I'm talking about...
Where's Just Blaze?
Just Blaze is in the top 10 for me. Just Blaze in the top 10 for me.
Just Blaze or Kanye, nigga. Now that. And I'm from Chicago. Who's better?
It's Ye.
Over what? Because you broke the news.
Shut up, dog. If we're talking about this, is a great conversation. If we talking about
are we talking? Just Blaze is not a rapper, so his rap.
Take the rap catalog away.
All right.
If we just talking about overall musical impact and what people did. Ye had a.
You talking impact? I'm talking music, nigga.
You just think that
no impact, just the beats alone.
Okay,
head to head.
Okay,
who
so
wins in a beat battle?
I think that Ye wins in the beat battle.
What beat is he gonna play after PSA?
Okay, he's got. So when you say winning the beat battle, are you talking about just
same way
the fucking
Swiss,
hardest beats?
Same way Swiss and Just Blaze went head up.
He could play Izzo. He could play
to PSA, nigga.
You just talking about a beat that hits harder.
Izzo play PSA and then play Izzo.
Like okay,
come on, dog.
He could play fucking. He could play. He could play. He could play.
You doing Kanye
he
real
could, he could
dirty
play.
right now.
He could play Power. He could play all.
That was better.
Kanye got a lot of dope ass beats, bro.
Bro, he
could play Good Life. That's a
Just Blaze has a. Even though what we do is wrong,
that's a crazy beat. You know what my favorite Just Blaze beat is?
What?
Flip Side.
That's hard, nigga. Yo, you doing Prince a disservice though, like.
Nah, man, I'm not doing Prince a disservice, bro.
Yes, you are.
Shout out to Prince.
Who my top five? Quincy.
I see that's easy when people do that. That's Dylon shit. Like it is like
Facts.
Quincy.
That's a fact.
Last word to you. Tell the kids that don't know, that haven't seen a documentary, that don't know how important the man is, why Quincy Jones is so important to music.
Man, you know, he's a part of every era, still into now. Like we sitting here talking about him now, and he 80-something years old. But like I want to encourage people to go watch the Quincy documentary. It's on Netflix. Go watch The Black Godfather because
oh shit,
he's ill.
Watch watch that. Shout out to that. God forgive me. I didn't know who I didn't know who he was, man. Clarence Avant. I didn't really know much about him. That was the most fascinating thing I've watched. And you got to know people like that. You got to be able to give these black men their roses.
He's the illest nigga alive. And man, what else? I mean, you seen the Hitsville shit that came out?
I have. Yeah. So and very soon in that same class, Hitmaka. Give it up for Hitmaka, y'all. Everybody clap for Hitmaka.